Bracket and the Knights of the Round Table.
And Kat.
Give points.
Josie.
And on the phone with us this evening is Coolie Ranx from
I'm not
Pilfers.
energetic as you, but whoa, what's up?
Hello, how are you?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling in the good. It's the end of the day for me.
Yes, it's the end of the day for us as well, and it's hot as fuck over here. What's it like in New York?
It's a bit same right now. I'm sweating on my chest.
We're sweating all over. I said we're sweating all over the place.
Yeah, I'm feeling the heat right now. Trust me.
So thank you for joining us. So let's kick things off. I happened to have this set up because Adam from Elevation had watched, paid attention, and then we had Stop the Presses on Tuesday, and it's really you guys who are taking them out on tour. So let's start with your tour. What, where are you headed? How did this come to be, and that sort of thing.
Let's see how it came to be. How it came to be was we wanted to go and play music, man. That's, to be honest with you, we wanted to play music. And I was auditioning for a keyboard player at one of these shows, and Allie was one of the auditioners, and she sounded great on the keyboard. I was like, oh wow, she sounds great. And she goes, oh, I got my own band. I said, oh, word? You got your own band? So we stayed in touch. We never followed through with the keyboard thing, but we stayed in touch. And then I started listening to their music, and I was like, they're kind of cool. So we used to do some shows with them. And then we got the opportunity to say, yo, let's take them out on tour. Speaking to Adam, it's like, yo, let's get them, bring them with us. So there we go. That's how that happened.
Awesome. So here, another question then pertaining to this tour, because we are friends with the Prize Fighters, who you're going to be playing with in Chicago. And I know that you guys are starting in Buffalo and then headed, farther westward. How did you all connect to make, stops on this tour?
What, with the Prize Fighters?
Yeah.
I think probably Chuck did that.
Okay.
Chuck probably did that because I don't know how it happened myself. I don't even know the band, so I'm in for something special. I understand.
You are. They are coming out of Minneapolis with an awesome traditional sound, and they bring a show. That whole lineup in Chicago is awesome. But you guys are starting off. It's next week, correct? In Buffalo.
It really starts this week in New York.
Okay.
We got a show tomorrow. So yeah, it really starts tomorrow. But for all intents and purposes, we're gonna say it starts next week. But we have a show tomorrow. The lineup is crazy too. Tomorrow we have Pilfers, Memphis Catholics, Spring on Jack, with Boy George, Hop City Stompers, and Sergeant Stagnetti. Yeah, we doing it like that in New York.
Sergeant Stagnetti has also been on our show. So,
oh yeah?
Yeah.
Good guys, good guys,
Awesome.
good guys.
So,
yeah.
So then from there, how many days is your tour, and kind of take us along the route?
Holy crap, you really want me to do that?
We asked about homework, right? You're like, I don't know, I'm just playing music.
No. I kind of do know and I don't know. I kind of write these things down just so I do know.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Let me grab my calendar. Put me to the test. All right, hold on a second. Yeah, first stop is going to be in Buffalo, as we've spoken about. And then the second stop, I'm bringing it right now because my computer is slow. The second stop is going to be, because of my phone, I'm on the phone with you. My second stop is going to be in Toledo. Yep, here we go. Toledo, Ohio. The place is called, what is it called? All right, we're in Toledo, Ohio. Next stop is then in Chicago. Then it's going to be St. Louis. Then it's going to be, it's not going to be Memphis. It's going to be Austin, Texas. Then we're going to, we're going to be in California. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to be in California in August. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. The next step after Austin is Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. Then we're in Anaheim on the 4th. Then we're in Long Beach. Is it Long Beach? Yeah, Long Beach on the 7th. And then we're still working on some dates, but we'll definitely be in Seattle on the 10th, and Omaha, Nebraska on the 14th, Denver, Colorado on the 13th, Detroit maybe on the 16th,
Yep.
and then home. Oh my God.
Yep. And I was busy today, but I'm helping with trying to connect with the 15th in either Indiana or.
Oh, yes, yes.
So we're gonna see if we can't help you with that because we recently met somebody who does music in Indiana. But apparently Indiana seems to be a dead state. There's like a growing.
It's not a dead space. There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of people there that need music, man.
Right.
I'm telling you. We used to play Indiana, you know. We used to play with a band a long time ago called Scabosis. They turned into Deals Gone Bad.
Yep. Yes, like as. So when Adam reached out and was like, "Coolie, we'll do it," I was like, "Hold on," and I'm looking through and I'm reading things. I'm like, "Holy fuck, this is like really significant." So for those who are watching and paying attention, Pilfers came about in '97, correct? Because you were asked by the lead singer of the Pie Tasters to form a band with the.
No, I wasn't asked. Oh. I was told.
Okay, you were told to form this band with the trombonist from Bim Scala Bim.
No. He told me to form a band, and then as I started to form a band, other people, Vinny reached out and said, "I help you with your demo." And when he helped me with my demo, he decided he was going to quit Bim.
Wow.
And then he decided he was going to move to New York. I was like, what? It was like 2 in 1 sentence. I was like, oh shit. Okay. He said, don't get excited. He didn't actually see his joy in me. He said, I just moved to New York. I was like, what? I didn't like, hold on. And I was already on against the walls, banging myself and just trying to maintain this shit. Yeah, it was a good day.
And for other people, like you were also a vocalist in the Toasters.
Yeah. I got my start in ska with the Toasters. I've learned everything, mostly, well, a lot of the things that I've learned from the Toasters. Toasters taught me everything, man.
So
most of the things.
They also kind of taught me everything because my mom listened to reggae music when I was little, and my brother was 9 years older to me, and he was into the punk scene here, and ska and punk cross a lot, and so this is the 90s.
Yeah.
So I become 14 years old, and I'm like, I love ska. For Valentine's Day, my mom went out and bought me 2 albums, and she had no clue what ska music was. She had to ask somebody at a local store, what the fuck do I get my daughter? She got me Hard Band for Dead from the Toasters and Willis from the Pie Tasters. And I listened to those things and danced and became the ska kid that I am now, and like that as a reference point made me want to learn more about the genre, how it came to be, the waves and all, what leads us to today. So it is super cool to have you on our show. Like
that's beautiful. That's the last record I did with them.
And it was super awesome, like being little and having a mom who wanted to support my musical endeavors. It was like, do you know how awesome this is?
It's cool.
So, thank you. Let's talk about that. So let's talk about your progression then from the Toasters into Pilfers and like your own thing, and how do you balance and juggle all of that? Music is your life.
Yeah, but I tell you, man, oh God, it's hard. It's hard it is hard. I'm not gonna say it's not hard. It's hard. You gotta have patience, and when you lose your patience, you gotta come back and say sorry. That was me all today. I was losing it because I got 2 events going on today, tomorrow and Saturday that I'm putting on myself, and I'm managing on one thing here is like 48 people.
Whoa.
You understand?
Yes. I think that today must be something because all of us the crew and I were like, today has been a fucking day. So
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So I get to sit on the couch right now and talk to you and be a human being.
A human being talking about what you're doing. What are you doing Saturday? Let us know about that.
Saturday, I have a reggae event. I'm from England, right? So I'm putting on a English lovers rock party, which is English reggae and it's older Jamaican reggae. It's very unique to England, the style and the sound, and it's a slower era, very orchestrated as far as music and musical composition. It sounds really beautiful, relaxing, beautiful voices, and it's female dominated, which is different from reggae, which is male dominated. It's female dominated, and I have a special guest coming from England. He's actually from the dancehall of England during that time period. So it's two worlds that are actually going to be colliding at the party. I have 3 DJs, and my friend here is a special guest. And as I said, he's actually a legend in reggae dancehall from England. And he hasn't been in America in about 20 years or so.
Can we ask who that special guest is, or is that like, shush, you have to come?
No, it's not a secret. His name is Matty Rusty. He came from a sound system called Saxon Studio from Lewisham, London. And he's actually, he doesn't know this, but he's one of my biggest influences. His whole crew was like my biggest influences. They taught me how to actually MC properly. And he doesn't know how much he means to me, but he doesn't listen to radio, so he'll never hear this. But he's a friend. He's a very good friend of mine. A very good friend of mine. That's why he's actually passing through.
So,
and yeah.
I was gonna say, I think it's very interesting that you brought up that British reggae is different, and that sound system is different than what happens here. So, because you have experience in both, talk to the viewers about what are the differences, the key points that make them different, and their significances.
Well, first of all, you're dealing with 2 different worlds. Now, the world on the Jamaican side is more angst, right? Definitely a lot of creativity, and now actually there's an inflection of intelligence with their lyrics. It's gotten to a point where it's not as basic as it used to be. So you're having rising stars that are shining out of Jamaica. Now I'm just dealing with different eras here. Now we have eras where I'm talking about. This is like 80s Jamaican music, 80s English music. 80s dancehall, 80s English dancehall. Jamaican different, both different because they're coming from different places in the world. So the English, and I'm dealing with lovers rock too. So the lovers rock, very romantic, very truthful, very honest. And again, as I was saying, it's female dominated. You do have some men that sing in it, not to exclude any men, but it's really primarily female dominated. So who comes to those dances? Mainly women. So you'll have a club that is full of, it would be like 95, 98% women and a handful of men there. And that's on the British side, right? On the Jamaican side, I think it's more of a balance, but it's really male dominated, right? So if I could get the 2 of them together,
then we have unity.
Yeah, lovely night. So this is what I did with the British thing, with the British party that I'm putting on Saturday. I have this guy from the 80s dancehall from England, and then I have English DJs, selectors, spinning for the night, spinning the tunes that the ladies like to hear. So, but the men will come out to see this guy. And it's so much buzz around this party that I'm doing right now. It's crazy. I did a lot of promotion on the Jamaican side, and I did promotion on the English side. I got 2 comedians that are on the internet, the internet sensations right now. And I got 2 of them one from England and one from Jamaica to do some ads for me. And they just pretty much took off. So
there are no missing words.
There's a lot going on in my life, and I'm planning to tour, and I'm booking hotels, and I'm in between as a promoter with these 48 people. So life is a lot right now.
Yes.
But it's what we do. It's what we do.
I was going to ask, how do you seem to balance both performing, booking, promoting? Because a lot of people, I think that that's easy, when in fact it's not, and most often you get a mix of attitudes, and some people are really cool and go with the flow, and some people are like, really, no, you have to do this. So kind of talk about your balance between musician, tour, promoter, and booker, manager of an event.
Well, there's a lot of and then it's like, I don't understand why we have this impasse. I don't get it. I'm like, listen, I'm only asking. This was all yesterday, and today was a little bit better, but there was still, I got it from the other side now. So it wasn't the venue I was getting trouble from. Yesterday was the venue, and today was some of the bands, but it wasn't the bands in the say like they weren't doing what I was doing. I just got really upset yesterday because I didn't hear about the back line. I said, can't we just get together and donate fucking instruments?
Imagine fucking that, working together to make a show happen? What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. But then, you know what? Then I missed the email where the guy said, I'm lending you the fucking bass and the guitar, and what more you want? I was like, oh shit, okay, good, I can breathe now. Because that was what listed. I was like, shit, I don't have the fucking bass, I don't have it. So there was no problem. It was just me not reading the fucking email. And there you go.
So then with your tour, are you the one booking said tour, or Adam is helping with setting this up? Or how does your relationship with Elevation work?
We should. I guess at some point we'll talk about that. But we help one another. We help one another a lot.
Good.
It's not a one man job. It's a synergy. You know. I know a lot of people, and we work together. We work together a lot. So that's what it is.
Because you've been doing this for quite some time, what would you say is the most difficult thing about booking shows? And is it easier in some parts than others?
I think that the most difficult thing with booking a show is getting people in the door. Mm. we can book a show, and most of the venues don't want to give you money. You have to prove yourself before they're willing to give you money. I understand this is a gamble. This is like going to Vegas and throwing money on a cap table. You don't know if you're going to win or you're going to lose, right?
Right.
So you have to have some type of a track record. It helps if somebody, like myself, and I'm not saying I'm real big fish, because I'm not, because they did a lot for me. I'm not saying I have that power, but I do have some type of name recognition, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I can allow, somebody else to come with me and piggyback off of whatever it is that I have going out there, It's difficult for us as well, even, as long as I've been around, it's still difficult for us. We're not like a household name. So what we do is just, we take shows for sometimes less than what we're really worth. I mean, always less than what we're really worth, but we take it just so we can get in the door and prove ourselves. And we're still proving ourselves to this day, so there's no easy road for this thing. It's a constant.
So maybe
it's being improvement.
This might be presumptuous, but what you just said was not everyone should be humble, and that there should never be prima donnas who think that they're worth more than what they are, and that it is constantly about proving oneself.
Yeah, it is. It's a constant game of proving oneself. It's because today you may have 5,000 people at your show, and then somebody may spread a rumor, and it's worse even now. Yes. Somebody may spread something about you online, and then everybody hates you. They're like, I'm not going to that fucking show. So it could go any way. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I heard right. You said you can't win the concert, right? Yeah.
Yes.
The winning game at the end of the night is that you put a smile on somebody's face.
Fuck yes.
That people danced, they have fun, and they know you.
Yeah.
And this is a really important thing that you just said that we're noticing now that we're doing this show about people saying shit about other people online and spreading like rumors or other things that might be unfounded, is that this mentality of almost tattletales or not understanding, misperceptions, and construing rumors causes complete division, which is the antithesis of our scenes. Exactly.
And some people are so bent on being against you, they don't want to hear the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, I'm one that, you know, and this has happened to me. You know, I'm speaking from experience. This has happened to me. I don't take it on. I'm not gonna get on the internet and cursing you out. I'm not gonna get on there to defend you. I'll go on Messenger and I'll have a conversation with you. I'll try to have a conversation with you. You know what I mean? Because this is not for everybody to hear. Some conversations are just not for everyone to hear. You understand? So I'll have a proper conversation with you. If we can't resolve it, then fair enough. I'm blocking you. You know what I mean? I'm blocking you. You want to hear what I have to say? I don't want to hear what you have to say. Cool. I'm blocking you. And then maybe one day we'll meet someplace and we'll have a conversation. I'm always like this. Let's go and have a cup of coffee. Let's have a cup of tea. Let's go talk about it. You don't want to do that, then fuck you.
I love you! Oh my god! So first off, not only did he say be a fucking adult, but second, know your sources. And so here's the thing. Because you did, you know, you were around for late 80s, early 90s, you know, to present time with scenes where the internet really only took hold in the 90s and then became such a big thing now. What was the attitude back then? Did you have those same issues, or were things more resolved face-to-face because people didn't have a platform to stand on there and be a dick, and people just believed what they were told?
I'm speaking about right now, because back then, men were men. I'm sorry, there was this internet gangster shit that's going on now. They wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare step in your face and say shit. They'd be on their humble every day. But now that the internet is giving them this platform that they can be like, fuck you, man. They would never say that to your face because I jam them up.
So what do we need to do different to unify our scene more?
Listen, I'll tell you what it is. What's going on in the scene right now? There's this elitist thing going on. Like, I'm only listening to trad because we're just too cool for these ska punk guys. Or I'm only listening to ska punk because those trad guys are just fucking flaky or whatever whatever it is, right? That whatever things are being said. I've been playing music for a long time, as you know, right?
Yes.
So our scene was trad, punk, hardcore, fucking, you know, whatever type of music. We all played together. You know why? Because there wasn't a lot of us. That's what we had, unity. Is what the division came when more bands started becoming ska bands, trad bands. That's when the division came. They only wanted to stick and play with, we're only playing with these guys because they sound like us. That's bullshit. That's the bullshit right there. How do we get unification? Is when a band like myself plays with a band like Stop the Presses, who's not a who's not a ska punk band like my band. That's how we do it. We keep mixing this shit up as it's supposed to be.
So you're
reggae band used to play with us before too. It was all one scene.
Right. So you're a proponent then of mixed genre shows? Or
Hell yeah.
Good.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why not?
We get a lot of questions, comments, concerns, ponderings, I would say, because we have Jess the Ska Kid as the title of the show, but our platform is non-genre specific because we're completely inclusive and allow anybody to come play on the show. And we've gotten told that you're just doing a bait and switch to become popular. You're not ska. And my argument to them has always been, you're not ska then, because the whole point of the checkered board was that the corners touched, the colors met, and that we were one. We're one, goddammit. So,
Yep.
So
let me tell you, when we first came out with our, if you listen to the first record, I mean even today, You're going to hear people tell you, we're not ska, they're not ska. Yeah, I'm fucking ska. I am ska. I've been ska for as long as I can remember. But we have other interests too. You trying to tell me you only listen to ska, you don't listen to anything else? But when you're high enough and you listen to fucking Miley Cyrus and you're, but then everybody comes back, you're fucking trash. Listen to me, man. Stop playing with my emotions. We listen to all type of music. I listen to hip hop, I listen to jungle, I listen to reggae, I listen to dance, I listen to music. I'm a musician. I love music.
Awesome. Thank you for just reconfirming everything that we believe in here too, and that we won't stop doing that because it's an important thing, and trying to influence the minds of others to believe that is something that I will never stop trying to do because it's so vital and important, not only for specific scenes, but for everybody who wants to continue to play independent or underground music.
Of course, but it's just the young mind, you understand? They haven't grown, they don't know themselves really right now. They're still discovering themselves, and they have a preference right now for a certain type of music. As they grow older, that's one of my songs called One Day. As they grow older, they'll learn to appreciate other genres. Maybe right now they're just like, staunch on listening to trad. That's it. But then they might hear a ska punk song later on down the line and say, I kind of like that song. I understand preferences. I understand. I'm not trying to knock anybody for their preference. But I'm saying to have an open mind. This is why we have fucking problems in the country right now, because the minds are fucking closed.
Right, 100%. I'm blaming fluoride because their third eye is closed.
I don't have fluoride in my toothpaste. I make sure I got my tongs right here, and I just make sure this is not this is not one with the fluoride. Fluoride break. I'm good.
Hey people, you're being poisoned by your government so you can be sheep. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's another conversation.
The conversation that I know about, I'm ready to talk.
Good, because people think I'm fucking nuts when I talk about here's what we have to do to enlighten ourselves, and they're like, no, I don't understand. This was my battle today. People are resistant to thought, idea, efficiency, and trying something new. And that is mind-boggling to me, because in the long run, what does it hurt to try fucking something new? It doesn't.
It doesn't.
So this, you did mention, one of the songs you wrote. I wanted to talk more about Pilfers and how that music comes to be, because it's A, awesome and phenomenal, but B, who goes about writing the music? Is it a collaborative effort? Do you come in with just the lyrics, or how does the music making process go for your group?
To be honest, it goes a lot of ways. It goes my way. It goes, we maybe just at sound check and we just, you might throw a riff, or I might just start chatting some shit. A lot of the times I'm in the house, I have a keyboard upstairs. So I'm really a bass, because of the reggae world that I come from. I'm really a bass player, hidden bass player. I come with bass lines. So I'm upstairs and I have my keyboard which has drums in it. It may not be a ska drum track, but what happens is I'll just use this beat until I get to the drummer. So I'll throw the bass line on there and I just start writing songs. I can make horn lines on the track too, because it has keyboards on it. So I can make a horn riff and then I bring it to the real horn player and the horn player makes it. Or I hear something in my head, or a beat, or a time, and I go, and I knock it out, and then they go, oh, this is what you mean? You understand? That's my way to go.
Awesome. How did you...
So I may even be walking on the street, and an entire song will come to me, and I'll just get on my phone and write it down, and then I'll go to rehearsal, something, and boom, there you go.
How did your name come to be?
My name is my street persona. My street persona and my dance hall persona. Now, when I was in high school, they was calling me all kind of names. I didn't have a nickname at the time, which was suitable because I liked anyway. And in high school, they were calling me all kind of names. Money, what's up, Money? Okay, whatever. Then one dude just called me Coolie, and I liked that shit. I was like, yeah, I like that. So I was Coolie. And then, they were, you know, during the time, some people was like Bantan, like I have Mojo Bantan. They had names like that, Mojo Bantan, and other people's ranks, like Shabba Ranks. And the ranks, everybody with those kind of ranks, you know. Ranks meant that you had a lot of juice, you had a lot of popularity, you was cool. That's what ranks meant, right? Like, you know, your button. So I took the persona of ranks. So Coolie Ranx, cool dude, well, he could put it on you if he needed to. Because, you know, back then I was on the street, so we had a lot of guns in high school, and, you know, just street life in New York. New York is not suburbia, it's urban. Things urban legends are made up. Yeah, it's like, you know. Yeah, anyway. So not too much to dwell on my past, but yeah, that's where I got the name from the street, and yeah, so. Are you there?
I'm here. We also live in we're fighting the rat race of the urban jungle, and our windows are open, and people who watch the show are walking by talking into our windows.
Oh, okay. Hey.
So, with that kind of being said and that history being built, what kind of now, with having lineup changes and stuff, has pushed you to continue to be Pilfers?
To be honest with you, I still play with like tomorrow I'm gonna play with my original Pilfers, right?
Right.
Tomorrow is the original Pilfers -1 because the drummer is in San Francisco, but I have the original lineup tomorrow. What pushes me is music alone, you know, music, as God said, music alone shall live, you know. If I don't do my music, then I'm not doing what I'm on this earth to do. So no man, no woman, no child, no police, no army can stop me. That would be my last breath that I take. So I'm here to do music in this world. What pushes me? Yeah, that's what pushes me. Just I know this is what I'm supposed to do.
And when you have had lineup changes and stuff, like some bands when they have to do lineup changes kind of dissolve, but you guys have maintained. So, like, how easy is it to find other people who want to do this and who want to follow that mission and can go on tour and play with you?
Well, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. I mean, you're going to replace people, and some people may drop out like before the tour, like a week or two before the tour, or 2 weeks before the tour. I mean, I'm experiencing that now. So I've been on some crazy rehearsal schedules with people that's not even in New York City, and then you just do this. You just make this happen. I had 2 rehearsals in 2 weeks with 2 different bands. You know, the biggest thing is to make an excuse. You understand? I can make excuses. Oh, well, you know, I can't do the tour because fuck that. I'm doing this fucking tour. I'm gonna find a way to make this shit happen. Bullshit. You committed to doing the tour and now you can't do it? Alright, fuck it. Don't worry about it. I'm saying, no, don't worry about it. I got this. So now I'll move on. Resiliency,
by whatever means possible.
Now, whatever means necessary, man. Whatever means possible. Exactly.
Awesome.
I'm not. Please, come on, man. What it is, you got to take it as a challenge. Are you up for the challenge? Are you up for the challenge? And I say to myself, yes. I'm fucking up for this challenge, and I'm going to do this shit. I don't give a fuck. And here we are today.
and you have made it. But that's not to say that it wasn't all without struggle. So for those who are like, we've had a few people whose goal is, I want to do music, and I want to do music for life, and I want to make it profitable. What kind of advice would you relay to those who want to make music something, who work a day job, who balance family, who are trying to figure out life and still make this thing a thing?
Here's the thing. If you're saying you want a day job, if you want a day job, then that's what you're going to do. That's your job. But if you want a music career, then that's what you do. That's your job.
Awesome.
You understand? It's not going to be easy.
It's not.
you work a job that you're not too fond of.
The struggle is real.
I'm gonna tell you, if you have a job, I had a job one time. It was a beautiful job. I could see myself retiring there. I had to quit. It was like, yeah, benefits, all these pretty girls were around me. I was like, oh, this is a great job. I was like, I gotta quit this shit. That. I'll be coming back here every day.
I find myself struggling currently with that because I would love to just do this forever and make it something profitable and continue to help people all over the place connect. And I find myself going to work because I have bills to pay and such things, and I'm fitting more of this in, and this is becoming more of a thing. But yes, that ideology of making this more of a thing, it does. It's...
No. Hold on a minute, Jess. Let's talk a bit.
Okay.
What you're saying, and it sounds like to me, because right now you're on television, right?
Well, we're on the internet.
Yeah. No. You understand what I'm saying? You have a television show right now.
Sure.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. This is not peak game for a second. You start off with hosting bands and you're doing this. You gotta see yourself in the future. You gotta put yourself in that place where you see yourself. This is your job. This is your network. You understand what I'm saying to you? You gotta see yourself like fucking Oprah did.
Yes.
You know what I'm telling you?
I do.
Don't because it's in your living room or you're in the bathroom and you got a camera. Don't just because you're there. This shit is bigger than the fucking bedroom. It's bigger than the living room. It's bigger than the kitchen. You understand what I'm saying? You got to see yourself beyond these surroundings that you're in right now. You got to see yourself. This is me. This is my platform. This is my show. This is my network. This is my movie. This is my. You understand what I'm saying, Jess?
I do, and everybody sitting here is staring very hard at me.
So don't limit yourself. This is basically what I'm saying. Don't limit yourself to saying that this is, I like to do this. Don't do it haphazardly. Do that shit full blast.
No, this has kind of become my life and my motto and my mission. Here's my dichotomy that I struggle with. Are you ready for my struggle?
Yep, listen.
All right, so we have a few people in Chicago. MC Zulu would be one of them. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's backed the Drastics, and he's become very big internationally, whatever. He very much supports us.
Okay.
Anyways, he's kind of told me the same thing, and it's hard for me to want to, find monetary value in this, because I believe that what we're teaching is the power to the people, which doesn't have a price. And I hate that we live in a capitalistic society that forces me to charge people to teach them something they could do themselves. So how do I overcome that?
Okay, first of all, we are in a capitalistic society. Does not mean that everything you do is capitalistic. It doesn't mean that what you're doing doesn't deserve value, though. Doesn't deserve recompense. So
I liked that you used that word because that sounds way better than compensation.
But it's an English word, so don't think I'm thinking anything out new.
No, I enjoy the vernacular and I'm familiar with it.
Okay, so listen, you deserve to receive some type of monetary donation of sorts.
Like PBS.
Okay.
If you believe in our mission, donate to us so that we can keep doing this.
But I'm not talking about on PBS level. I don't think on PBS level, even though there's somebody at PBS that's making dough. They wouldn't be able to stay on the air. Yes, they are a great station. Yes, they contribute valuable information to us, that we normally wouldn't get. The programming they have is unadulterated, it's unfiltered, it's not tampered with. You understand what I'm saying? I love that. But there's somebody making money there, too.
This leads me into a very important question that I want to ask you, because it is a platform I stand on wholeheartedly.
Okay.
So I'm a big proponent for doing it yourself. For bands who have an art form, they make their art, and then they mix, master, etc. They produce. But everybody keeps selling their fucking rights to distributors to publish their music or record labels, etc. And they're losing, I think, the importance of what they are a little bit. So, what is your view on that? How, I mean...
I have a lovely one for you. My brother is a fucking genius when it comes to that shit. He can tell you all the coding information that you need to have for yourself. Even when you give us a CD baby, they're taking your money because they use their coding. They can put the coding and manipulate how the money gets distributed. They manipulate that shit. You don't get all that money what they say they give in the cuts. The WAV files, another scam. Be careful. Make sure before you give somebody the WAV files, they'll say like, oh, you go on this song contest and all of that stuff. Make sure you code your goddamn WAV files because they use those things and they can make money off of your music. Like I said, my brother's a genius with that. I don't know it so well, but he's been schooling me. So now, to answer your question, DUI is a beautiful thing, and the lazy man goes, yeah, give it to this dude so he can take care of it, and I don't have to work again. You're only getting a portion, a snippet of what you should be getting. The lazy man gives it away. I never wanted to sign, but I signed for all the wrong reasons, not for myself. But I'm independent again, and I have my own music, and when it comes time to put it out, my brother will give me all the codes, and he will school me on every aspect of how to do it yourself and get it distributed and get the right money that's supposed to go to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all I have to say, because every single fucking underground band local around here goes, I'm going to pay a promoter to promote me. I'm going to sell my music to CD Baby, TuneCore, etc. because I don't know any other way. There's another fucking way. I'm not crazy. You can do it yourself.
Yeah. So, there is another way. And I just, like I said, it's not me. When my brother broke it down to me, I felt so stupid. So nobody out there, don't feel stupid. You're not the only one. We're just going on what we know and what we see. But there are other ways. There's other ways because if they can do it, we can do it too.
That's because they're drinking the water and all that fluoride's fucking with them. Anyways, let's talk. I mean, you sent me music, and this is new album, yes?
Yeah, it's a new album.
So let's talk about that. Where did you record and make this album? What will be hearing?
Okay.
Who's featured?
We made this album. Okay, we made this album in someone's living room, no, in that basement. But he was a genius of an engineer. It sounds like our second studio record that we paid over $150,000 for.
Oh.
This guy did that in his basement. Again, with these, you find the right person, they can make magic.
Right.
Right,
Collaboration, unity, community. Sorry, go on.
So the record is done by the original Pilfers -1.
Okay.
I didn't go with trombone. On this one, I went with a trumpet. I was actually going to have a whole horn section. But what happened was the musicians were acting funny, and one guy said, yo, don't worry about it. I got you, Coolie. And he's a very, very good friend of mine. I've known him since I was in the dancehall. His name is Kevin Basile. I want to shout him out. He's played with Steel Pulse for many years. He played he played with the Scatolites for many years. He has a band called Grand Concourse. Now he has the New York Ska Jazz Orchestra. He's a brilliant musician, great singer as well. He's currently on tour with somebody I don't know, but that's been his life. He was with Steel Pulse for many years. He was with Sugar Miner, which is a reggae singer. He passed away. But he's top notch. He's an ace trumpet player. So I got him on that record, and he did most of the record. I have one trombone on there, which is by Chris Rhodes from the Bosstones, formerly from Spring Hill Jack. I have one singer on there, one backup singer. She sang on one record. Her name is Trisha Verdolino. I just call her Trish, but I'm just giving her real name. She's from a band called Metro Style, and her new band, which is a lovers rock band, mind you, is called Love Always. There you go. Yeah. Yep. So I'm still doing, I'm still doing ska. On this one, I had to fight to get the ska because the band didn't want ska. They wanted me to do everything else but what I wanted to do. So what I did, well, it's okay because I always get my way. So what I did is I said, okay, I'll give you guys what you want on this one. So I wrote different music. I could write any kind of music. So I gave them different kind of music. And then the next record I write as Pilfers will be all ska. And fuck them.
I like that you keep saying fuck them. Do my own thing, fuck them. The motto tonight is fuck them.
I don't want to compromise, and I can compromise. I can be a team player. But I must insist on some things, and I insist on one ska track which doesn't have the skank, but as you hear it, it's a ska song.
Yes, I'm excited to play this in the next portion of our show. Having done this now for quite some time, where is your favorite place to play? And, best crowd?
Best place to play. I'll tell you where the best place to play is. The best place to play is when people come to fucking see you. That's the best place.
I love it.
I don't have one particular place where I can say, that's the best place. The best place is when somebody says, oh, I'm going to go see the fucking Pilfers. And if they came there to see us, that's the best fucking place. Trust me. That's it.
I'm excited to see you. We're going next Friday.
No.
So we'll be able to meet you in person.
We'll see you.
Nice,
For real things, not just things in a box.
That means that good. Yes.
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 So, my friend, because it is ultra important, and one of the things that we're, again, another big proponent soapbox issue is making sure that people receive funding recompense for their art.
Yes. Yes.
What do you folks have on tour with you as far as merch is concerned that people will be able to purchase?
Listen, I have music with me, and I have some fly-ass jerseys that I just got made. We used to do, again, remember the scenes were joined together. When I came into the new, say the 90s era, end of the 90s, going into the 2000s, I brought with me from the hardcore scene basketball jerseys, which no ska band was wearing at the time. It was only the hardcore. Yes. Yeah. So I've got basketball jerseys. I just got them made. I've been looking for them for about 20 years. They used to be manufactured in New York, upstate, and then they send it out across seas. And everything, that all those basketball jerseys you see, they're coming from overseas. And I couldn't get them from the factories anymore. It was just something I just couldn't do. It was hard. So I found a friend of mine by technology, Facebook, thank God. And he lives in fucking China.
Wow.
And he speaks Mandarin now.
Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Black dude from the hood. Fucking Mandarin. From the hood. I'm like, yeah, girl, yeah. And he's living in China. I'm like, yeah. So I got some fly ass shit coming for you. Fly, yeah.
That I saw those. They're the white with the red, and it says Pilfers on them.
Mm-hmm. No, it's genuine artifact.
That's
you gotta
called
put
next
material.
level.
The material on them is, it's crushing. It's totally NBA material. The shit they charge you for $279, $300 is that material, that good quality.
I'm excited.
So am I.
What about? How do you keep your energy up when you go on tour from show to show to show, and like you're driving and you're sleeping in uncomfortable places and you're up late and like then you're working. That's W-E-R-K, girl. You work it.
Yeah, see, when you're on the road, it's a whole entirely different mentality. You're not working. You're having fun with some dudes that's in the van with you. It's like you're hanging out. It's not work. It's not work like that. It's not work like you're sitting at a job or you're sitting at a desk or you're doing something that you're not passionate about. The driving, you're cracking jokes, you're snapping on each other. The end game and the end result and the payoff is when you go to the venue and there's somebody there to hear you. We don't. I mean, as a musician is doing it for the love. We're not doing this for the money because we're not rich. We're not there. We're doing this because, and most musicians, to be honest, even no matter how rich they are, to be honest, I'll be frank about that. I think so. I believe this to be true. They're just doing this because they love music, man. They love to see the smiles on people's faces. They love the energy. It's a high that you get when you're with people and they're dancing and they're singing and they're jumping around with you. It's irreplaceable. You can't even, if you could bottle that would be like the new crack. Yeah, you just want that over and over again. So you do whatever you can do to get that. And that's what musicians drive as far and why that they do. So that's it.
I love that you did say that you brought with you from the hardcore scene. So let's talk very briefly about the amalgamation that is Pilfers, as far as the different genres that meld to make your band. How well, I mean, I know it's well received, but when you were starting out mixing all of these genres, how did you, give us the term. Tell the world the term that you guys have dubbed your genre, or your subgenre.
We call it Raggacore.
Yeah, right.
We call it Raggacore because the Ragga is an English term. That's what they used to call dancehall. Back in the 90s, I think they used to call it dancehall, Ragga. And core is from the hardcore where we come from, So hardcore music, when you hear some of the reggae riffs, you can hear the hardcore in us, you can hear the hardcore and the screaming that comes with it as well, So that's where it comes from. It comes from all of the genres that we like. I mean, it could be hip hop. You see them rapping in there in some of the songs. I like hip hop. I do some jungle talking. I do a bit of everything because I like music and I think it's quite it all.
So I know that we've reached the top of the hour, so I want to recap.
Holy crap! Are you serious?
Oh my God! Can you believe it, my friend?
Oh shit!
These go very quickly when you have someone who interviews so well. So thank you.
Yes, you're brilliant.
I did my history test.
Yes, you did well. You did well, I will say.
Thank you, Faith. Real quick, for any new people or people who aren't keen on, oh no, his call dropped. Guess what? Let's see if we can call him back, eh? Phenomenal interview. We've been speaking with Coolie Ranx from Pilfers.
I've greatly enjoyed it.
Apologize if you're the fans. Fuck off. It's hot.
Let's do a lot of good advice.
I got under boob sweat going on. You can see it on my black t-shirt.
Hello. I don't know what happened. The FCC cut us off. Hold on 1 second. For some reason.
Don't be shy.
Oh, there we go. Good. Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, don't be shy.
One time, I made a horrible joke because I don't believe in censorship, and Facebook actually censored me and muted my stream because of a joke I made.
I know it.
So, I want to real quickly, for those who may not be familiar with your group or who really enjoyed this interview, tell people where they can find you online, where your music is available, and again, the tour starts tomorrow and then next week in Buffalo.
Yes, I'll be in the official date. You can find us on Instagram, Pilfers.nyc. Oh, that's right.
I think it's Pilfers NYC.
Pilfers, yeah, Pilfers NYC. And then you can find us on Facebook. Pilfers, yeah, just Pilfers. Oh, look at this. Sorry, I'm looking online trying to find out what the hell I am.
You're also on Bandcamp.
You can find me on Instagram as Coolie Ranx on Instagram, COOLIERANX. Both pages are active and different pictures. I don't do the same thing on both pages. Dedicated to different different sides of my life. And I'm on Coolie Ranx on Facebook, COOLIERANX. I have 2 pages on there. I have one which is about to explode, and then the new one which has less followers on it because it's the actual band. Coolie Ranx, the band, the musician. The other one is just like my personal account, which I'm going to be exceed the amount pretty soon. So go to the other one with the handsome face on it. That'll be me, the handsome guy. Yeah. The other one, my personal one, has no face on it. It just has my tube stop in London. So that's the one that's going to expire pretty soon.
And people can find you on Bandcamp, YouTube.
Yeah, Bandcamp, YouTube, Spotify, and Twitter, and all these other things.
And all the other things. Just Google Pilfers, and if you absolutely are completely lost, feel free to reach out to our page and ask us, because we can direct you as well.
Yeah, and if you want to, any gamers out there, I am your voice of Little Jacob from Grand Theft Auto, 105, one of those ones. So what's up? Yeah, what I mean, my little Jacob, big up yourself, and thank you so much, Jess, for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, and after a short break, we're actually going to play the album you sent us, From Far.
Cool. Title Cup, From Far, and everything else. Thank you so much for having us, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you next week. We have more to talk about.
Awesome. Thank you, Coolie. Have a good night.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
Okay.
Bye.
That was Coolie Ranx from Pilfers, also from a plethora of other things, and his own self. What a phenomenal interview. Thank you so much. I'm like about it. We're going to take a short break. I'm what?
You're straight cheesing.
I am! It was so fucking well done, and it's like the precipice of what ska music is when you listen to certain groups and you're like, I'd love to be able to talk to these people at some point. We're getting there. Fucking yes. Oprah bitch. All of you get free music tonight. Stay tuned. We're going to play the new album From Far in just a second. And tonight was brought to you by Masagave. Kay?
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.